All right, so this is my first attempt at a video, so let's get right to it. Let's face it, our veterans today face a ton of challenges, okay? Ranging from homelessness to PTSD to various health problems, back issues, knee problems, you know, um, adjusting to civilian life in general. I mean, it's almost unfathomable to anyone outside of who's actually in it. Um, so what I'm trying to address is the specific homelessness side of this. Um, the We are trying not to take any grants because those grants are actually heavily relied upon by other entities, other charities. Um, so what we're trying to do is, do a strict crowdfunding, strict donation based um, uh, program that once it actually gets going, it's kind of self sustaining. Um, so how does that look? How does that look? Okay, so um, basically, what we would be setting up is essentially a barracks style operation that operates as a temporary housing. Um, Now, that temporary housing, we would be charging vets on a sliding scale basis. I mean, if you have no income, you can volunteer hours, that sort of thing, with the um, organization. And But we'd be charging the vets a certain amount of upkeep for the facility, which would range. The number we have right now is somewhere between 25 and $50 a month to live there. Okay, so anything beyond that we end up charging for rent actually goes to their eventual housing, um, to pay off property, pay off materials, pay for gas in order to get out to their property, in order to build their house. Now, it operates in a similar manner to Habitat for Humanity, in that there's a certain amount of sweat equity that goes into it. So you volunteer your time in order to build your house, as well as your fellow veteran's house as well. So in effect, you're actually getting all the materials and everything that you're paying for yourself. You're getting your property, which you're paying for yourself. You're getting your like easement, your like all your fees and everything associated with your housing, um, paid for by yourself, and you're also getting a labor pool essentially, in order to help you build your house. Now, that's kind of the basis of it. I mean, we're going to try to have more programs available later on, but in the meantime, we're just going to have a sort of like a tiered rollout system for right now until we can get off the ground. There's a lot to tackle. There's a lot to tackle. Anywhere from transportation to obviously the housing, um, psychological support. It's mind-boggling, the problems these guys face. So let's try to tackle the homelessness first, because that is a severe issue. If you don't believe me, please do the research on it. Do the research on it. I think it's a National Coalition for the Homeless, has some interesting figures. There are still quite a few homeless Vietnam vets, guys that are coming home from Iraq and Afghanistan, are coming back homeless and everything. And it's not just homeless; it's undersheltered too. A lot of these guys have such severe PTSD that even though they may have housing and everything, they have no support network at all. Because that's one of the things about PTSD, is that it forces you to kind of isolate yourself. Um, let's give these guys sort of a peer support network. That's kind of what this is all about. Is hey, you scratch back my back, I'll scratch yours. It's a give and take among the organization and everything, and it goes beyond everything. I mean, like, we're Americans, we should be taking care of these guys. I mean, when they come home, they should have a home to come back to. All right. Well, this is the initial fundraiser right here. This is to get us off the ground. This is so that we can get not-for-profit status. Get things like a phone line. I'm currently running this out of my house right now. I have things filed with the state of Colorado. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if people stand by their words and actually support their troops. All right, thanks, guys.